Man, I gotta put my green screen back up. I got like half a head, all kind of stuff. What's going on? Who's this, man? Come on. It's wild, huh? No problem. What's happening, people? Still rolling over there. Like, what's going on? Can't see who watching. This is crazy. I did some more antivirus joint with my computer, see if it would work. And what's happening? There it is. I'm coming through. D, I had a question for you. Had Fresno State call kid at Nebraska, possibly wanted to come home. So I needed to get with somebody that knew the Martinez kid in the Fresno area. Chad Ross, where you been? You only got one real good close. I got a lot of white brothers, but this one he don't show up. I ain't seen the kids. Man, Romeo had one catch for 10 yards last night. I don't know what Hawaii. I don't know what happened. Yeah, yes, quarterback. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Don't call me Nate. Don't call me Nate. I'm not. Ain't no way in the world. I'm just telling you that right now. I jumped out the ring before I got knocked out like that. Hey, bro, there's all kind of fake injuries you take. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to get with the dad right now, um, with the coach. Yeah, so I can get with Juice. That'd be great. Yeah, right now Justin Bieber has called Nate Robinson and said, yeah, I know. They called me trying to figure out how to get him, and that I was wondering if anybody knew um, the dad or somebody kind of talked to him. They'd love to bring him home and let him play, which would be an awesome thing. Really would be an awesome thing if some of these guys would go ahead and do that. That would be awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop eating pistachio while doing the show. Um, that's kind of rude, huh? Okay. So I'm looking out and wondering. Everybody knows that we're doing this club football, which is great. So talked to Fresno State today. Yeah. Um, Thank you, Derek. I'll call you back when I'm done. How's the boys? Did they get to come home for Thanksgiving? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody on here. Ahmad Wood, he want to bring up the fact that my Wolfpack lost last night in Hawaii, 21-24. Lost. We did not throw the football. We ran for 200 and some yards on the ground and just didn't do what we needed to do. And this week we got Fresno State coming to town. And after that, they here. Oh man, I might have to drive up. I gotta come see them. I don't. How long they here, brother? Are they here till January? Isaiah's here. Me and Isaiah may come up tomorrow. That'll be a great trip for us. Let me know. Come see the boys. Get some work in, some old school work with the fam. That'll be good, man. So yeah, man. I want to know. Oh yeah, done. Tomorrow, next week, something we're coming. My birthday, we gonna hang out. I gotta see the boys. So we're doing club football, you guys, and I wanted to jump on and really go right into this club football recruiting in 2021 and for the next classes. I want you to know, had some great conversation with some coaches this week. Um, as I've been saying, I'm gonna continue to sound the alarm that college recruiting will not be the same after COVID. They're not letting these guys back out until April 15th, and we don't know how they're going to let them back out. We don't know. I'm proposing and sending um, my 2 cents in to you guys will see. I have it sitting right here on my desk. The assistant director from the NCAA. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that from the NCAA? So a lot of people run their mouth. They don't know how much we talk or how much I try to be involved with what's going on in NCAA with recruiting. These are outreach and strategic partnerships that we have tried to build so they know what's going on the outside. They get to hear our voices as parents of people who running recruiting services, and they're saying, hey, what are you guys doing? What's going on next? This is what's happening. A lot of kids are going to be overlooked in the 21 class if we don't get some type of understanding on visits, um, official visits, and different things like that. So, talking with the coaches and really trying to get with the NCAA about this is that these guys are not going to be let back out. And so, if anybody remember, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we used to have showcases where we could actually have the colleges there. And we are trying to figure out, yeah, Marcus, that's my next conversation. We're trying to figure out how and what we're going to do as a recruiting service, as well as the NCAA, on how to get these kids in front of these college coaches. With the way the pandemic and COVID has happened with recruiting, we are going to see, while we're doing club football, we cut the games down to 5 games. We made sure, I want to thank the AG guy. I just got off the phone with him. We made sure that we have the live streaming ability to be able to go right to the coaches. We're going to make sure the roster is right, the numbers are right on the kids, because you can't just have a showcase and say we stream it to these coaches and the coaches don't have the information. So we want to make sure those games are going to be done prior. The games and the rosters are done prior to the rosters are done prior to the games, so the coaches know that the real number 17 is number 17 from whatever high school, and that's who he's watching, and that's how we can help the kids get recruited. The other part of that is we are providing huddle and making sure kids can still create a huddle video from their club football team, from this club 5-game showcase, and what we're gonna be doing. Just to share with parents again, those who may come back and watch, those who want to continue to get the quote unquote hookup, so and so know this too, and that, great if it can happen. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the hookup is not gonna stop the portal. Um, Talking to Fresno State coach this morning, first thing um, he said to me, we are looking for a safety and we're saving that spot for a grad transfer for January 21st when they drop the rule of the no sit. Um, Chris, dog, I had to go back and watch your video, Chris. You was on one. I knew you. I'm just calling you after this. Um, but the no sit one transfer rule is going to affect high school football. It's going to affect recruiting in the sense that if you're a coach and you played in the pandemic time and you only won 4 games, or you played 5 games and you won one, you're coming into a new season in 21 that are you going to take a chance on a high school guy? Are you going to take a chance on a JC guy or a guy that's been in the program? And that's what these coaches are saying. So, my alarm again to the parents is that NAIA football, Division III football, Division II football, 1AA football is going to be very, very good. Um, and your kids are going to get the same opportunities. Long gone the years of people talking. I get people who say stuff like, help my kid get in like Sac State. Well, Sac State is going to recruit the same guys that Fresno State recruits, even though they're 1AA. They're going to recruit the same guys Cal recruits, even though they're 1AA. Kids fall. Kids decide to do things weird. Kids say, I just want an opportunity at a good school. I like Sac State over this school. So you can't think that a guy is going, that 1AA football is weak. Okay, your quarterback in 2 drafts ago went to North Dakota State. He top 2 picks, and the problem is that we keep living on the hookup and this and that. And what the pandemic has done is expose the hookup. It has exposed the fluffer. It has exposed the coaches and the people who think that, oh, I'm just gonna wait. He said he gonna hook me up with this, that, and the other. And why we continue to say you really need to make sure that you find um, uh, a recruiting service or a actual person that is going to tell your kid the truth from day one. Um, Love my NAIA guys, love my D2 guys, love my guys that are like, hey, let's start here, let's see what happens. But you have to understand where we are right now. We are in a pandemic. If you have Division III where it's going to be academic based, no sports based, you need to sit down, talk to those guys about what you should be filling out right now, grants, what you should be filling out um, as far as scholarship opportunities. You need to be getting letters of recommendation. Um, uh, yeah, fluffers are being very much exposed. Um, um, Letters of recommendation on helping you try to find other opportunities. Scholarship.com. Is there a scholarship for a single mother? You might have to write an essay. You have to get to work. That's the beauty of working with a service that actually understands that, and having people here that will say, we're going to help you write this essay to get you another $5,000 on top of whatever they may have given you at a Division III program or at a Division II program that may have some outside opportunities. But those are things that are going to really have to happen. Secondly, NAIA football actually gives money. So a lot of times I get parents and people who do not understand that they give money. I really want to bring my board over here and go over it with you guys. Or maybe I'll do that on tomorrow and really show you the difference between a Division III and an NAIA school, or a Division II and an NAIA school that is going to give you an actual academic and football scholarship that's going to be based upon your GPA and your football skill level. But we have so many people that are shunning that and not understanding. Marcus just said it. This portal, the NCAA portal, it's full now. It's guys in it right now. I talk with quarterbacks and quarterback dads who are so um, they're messed up by the portal. They're, oh man, what about what about this school? And it's just it's just not fair. And it's just, when it comes to the kids and what have you. And I do this from time to time to really just show people like where guys are, where situations are, so they understand um, you know, what's going on. And as I share my screen, you're gonna see the portal. We're in the portal right now, and it pops up 21. Um, Here's a 6'2", 235-pound, four-star quarterback, Casman Hill. He transferred from Tennessee. When you see this word immediate, he was immediately eligible to play. I think he's now transferred to Rhode Island. Garrett Schrader, another dual threat, 6'4", 215-pound quarterback from Mississippi State. He's got questioned. He's not immediately eligible. But come January 21st, what I try to share with people is these are the guys that your high school guy is going to be competing with on getting a scholarship. This is the guy when you go, oh, we'll just go to JC. This is the guy that he's going to be competing with when you go, well, I don't want to go to Rocky Mountain, or I don't want to go to Bethel College, or I don't want to go to Chadron State. I'm trying to get D1. So is everybody else. So is a guy that already came out of high school. When you guys say, oh, well, stars matter. Well, look, you think coaches don't go, oh, he was a 4-star when he came out. He was a 5-star when he came out. These are real situations. Here's a 6'3", 218-pound dual threat quarterback from TCU. If he decides to go to Sac State, that means that high school kid may get overlooked because this kid's been in the weight room at a bigger program. Here's Taylor Powell, kid from Missouri, 6'2", 202, 3-star coming out of high school. So these are all right now, that's just quarterback. Here's running backs. After running backs, we can go through this. Here's receivers. We study this. This is why when we talk to parents, we try to design a program that's going to fit your kid or where they are right now. Nobody's saying your kid's sorry or he can't play. We just understand the numbers. I haven't gotten I'm at wide receivers. Here's a kid who DJ Matthews is leaving, transferring from Florida State to Indiana. Terrell Shavers, Mississippi State, John Dunmore. All these are 4 and 4-star, 4-star, 4-star. So whatever your value was out of high school, they look at that as well. I can go down here. I know Marcus probably said, get to the DBs. I want to see what DBs is in there. I know my brother. Offensive tackles, offensive guards. I mean, it's position D tackles. Here's a kid leaving LSU. He's probably gonna go to Utah. Kid leaving Alabama, 6'4" guy. Bunch of guys leave. Kid leaving LSU is immediately. That immediate means he can play right now. He's immediate. He doesn't have to sit out. Guys in the portal. D tackles getting down here, outside linebackers, and they're not leaving. So to give you another idea, parents and those that watch, they're not leaving. Small school. These kids are leaving Alabama, Nebraska, SC, Louisville, Michigan, another Michigan, Duke, Oregon. These guys aren't leaving. So some tells me that somewhere along the lines there was a breakdown, in this process of recruiting, right? There was a breakdown in the process of who these kids are talking to, because that's a whole lot of kids that are going to Power 5, big time programs, that are in the portal, And so we have to understand, guys. again, is this making your decision is very, very important. So the next two classes are important. I'm going to tell you, as I said before, film streaming is here to stay. How these coaches are going to see you. If you have a camp and you are not streaming that camp directly to 30 to 40 coaches in some way or shape or form where these coaches can allow parents to know, yes, we will be watching the stream. Um, it's almost a waste of time to just say, well, I'm going to this camp, unless you're going to something that has traditionally been around for a very long time, and or you're with somebody that has that credibility. When you're looking at national preps, when you're looking at rivals, when you're looking at, you look at guys like Keith Miller, who comes out, with a showcase, and he's putting kids information out there. Again, we're putting information out there. It's going to have to be the recruiting is going to change in a way to where you're going to have to step back and really do your homework on, what is this camp about? Is this camp being streamed? Can I give a coach a code so he can see, um, what these kids are doing, right? They can watch my kid, know that my kid is number 141. He's going to be with the linebackers. He's going to do his shuttle and his 40, and they can watch and they can see him move and that, because that's where a lot of the coaches are having a struggle right now is that, yeah. Well, you know what, Ernesto, that's the tough part. There's some JUCO kids that'll go, but then there's not. There's some coaches that are really looking in the portal over the JUCO kid and the high school kid. And here's where the JUCO kid it struggles with the high school kid. If the JUCO kid is a qualifier out of high school and is ready to go, and is a 4 for 3, what is it, a 5 for 4 guy or a 3 for 4 guy, then he's got all the yes. He may get going as well, but yeah, on the D2 level, absolutely. On the D2 level, on some other levels, it's a lot easier to get that guy into school because he's only got less years, it's less money. But over the long haul, when you go get a D2 guy, you go get the baddest dude, no matter what. If you're in the Mountain West, Pac-12, whatever, you're trying to get one of the baddest dude. You could see last year that the JC fall off was crazy. In California, the top 50 guys were it was like 50, 60 guys. After that, the fall off wasn't there. So that goes back to academics coming out of high school. Were you a qualifier? Did you have measurable size? Were you ready to go in January after that first season? Were you ready to go because you qualified out of high school? So the JC guy has to come in JC with a whole different, it has to be a different ball game. Number one, you better have been talking to a lot of coaches and they just said, we don't have the scholarships. We got seniors coming back, COVID, whatever it may be. Then if you're going to go to JC, then you better be a JC guy that's going to JC and going to be on the field 85, 90% of the time, because then it's, you don't have any more film. You play, yeah, yada, yada. The 2-year JC guy, the guy that goes to JC doesn't take the 12, 15 units, mess up in a class, and he's sticking around and sticking around and sticking around. He is curtains for him. It's all bad. So back to your academics. Getting into a situation where you're going to play and you're going to take 15, 15, 8 in the summer, 15 again, and be ready to get up out of there. An online class like JC, you better be focused to the fifth power. Like you don't have no, it's like, I'm out of here. I already know I'm out of here. So that 2-year JC is rough. It's going to be rough. So January 21st, I think he told me, or the 19th, somewhere in there, is the voting day. And they are expecting to pass the no-sit, one transfer, no-sit rule for every college athlete. So kind of rough. Like some schools like it, some guys don't. It's like, oh, I went here. for all the super holdbacks and the guys that are hollering about, oh well, I thought I should have played. I was a 5-star and I didn't play. I'm leaving. You're gonna see a lot of transfer, and you're gonna see a lot of people go, nah, not here. So you got to do your homework. Club football. We in Bakersfield, we want to announce, and we're proud to announce with the Maximum Potential Elite 10 League that the SoCal Trojans are. Ernesto, you was out there at that tryout. I don't know if you were there the second day. We thank Coach Brown, and Coach Martinez. They are putting 4 teams in our league, 3 or 4 teams, which is going to be great. We have Central Valley Elite. We also have Valley Elite, which is going to be a makeup of kids from St. Bonaventure, Oaks Christian, Newberry Park. We also have my man D Holmes with the Chosen One group, Pasadena, Rose City, John Muir High, Marshall, Blair, whoever, LaSalle, La Cañada, St. Francis. So they have their group. So a number of different teams that are coming into the league, which is going to be very good. Our goal, because of us talking to these coaches and making sure, is that we are playing competitive high school football, that we are not putting a product out to where when they tune in, it just looked like a bunch of, guys out there just 7-on-7 dudes with some linemen that don't know blocking schemes or anything like that. So really excited about the high school teams that have formed their entire team to be in the league with us, which is great. It is going to help recruiting. We cut the games from 10 to 5 to a 5-game showcase beginning December 28th and 29th, Bullhead City, and coming back January 8th and the 22nd, finishing the last game on the February 15th, which is a Monday, which is President's Day and the kids not having school. What we're doing is we're making sure those first 4 games for our class of 21s, those games are going to be filmed and streamed before the February 6th signing day. So if they need to get that, if they need coaches to see them and get some of their film out, they will have at least 3 games a month prior to, or 4 games almost a month prior to the signing day and the time that coaches still aren't able to come out, but they're able to watch these young men play. And so we're excited about that as well. So 10 teams. Looks like we got 2 other ones that are adding to what we have. We're sitting at 8 right now, and look like the other ones are I'm just waiting on the call for them to do that. So full on high school games, film, stream, 500 fan limit gonna be able to come in. So we think it's gonna be really, really fun. Man, I need Snoop to commentate, but I don't need him to go all. Yeah, I do, because Snoop just gonna say it. Oh, he got blew up just like we did in the hood. Yep, it hilarious last night. Love Snoop for that. So there's some sponsorship. We're gonna thank the Maximum Potential Foundation for sponsoring our league, for putting our league together in Bullhead City and making sure we got the dates and took care of everything all ahead of time. So now we can just add the teams and the guys. And like I said, Ernesto, Coach Brown, they've been out there watching the players, watching teams get together. Derek just had a tryout. I saw another flyer I put up today for another tryout of another team. We got a tryout coming up on the 6th of this Sunday. And then we get pads the following week. We go in pads and we play December 28th. And everybody invited, man. I want y'all to come on up. Tony B, you can get in the booth with me. Maybe me and you can do some commentating. We'll take care of your room for you if you get the day off. It's a Monday and a Tuesday, 2-day showcase. So everybody, all the 10 teams we have, will get to play 2 games, 1 game on Monday, 1 game on Tuesday, and then we coming back. And so really excited about it. But we want to make sure again, for those who are leery and don't really understand, I can't speak for any districts. I can't speak for CIF. I can speak for the fact that I know what the governor is doing, and I can speak for one thing with CIF, that bylaw 600-605 states that your high school kid can play club football while, at, with his high school team, and play club football while high school football is going on or not. Um, Kids not going to lose any eligibility. Um, People who have made the very, we are very, very COVID careful. Our insurance will not allow us to do anything without masks. So our coaches, everybody will be clean, and the kids will be as safe as they are doing anything else. Um, so we taken care of that, along with Bullhead City, who that has had games going on, and some people have played their entire youth football season there. So we're definitely making sure that, I believe that we have the support of our parents and our moms. So I know there'll be I know that there'll be enough hand sanitizer from here till when Jesus comes. For every one of the young men, we will be spraying down the bags and equipment and all that stuff. So we're gonna make it as safe. I'm glad we took it to 5 games, because our main goal is the kids getting film, so they can get that information out to the colleges. Um, I also look at some dates that we have and we're going to be using. And Ernesto, you on here? We are going to actually be doing a. We took um, dates in the month of April out in Bullhead City. We also took the dates uh, May 1st and 2nd. We also took the dates of June 11th, 12th, and 13th. And our goal and reason for uh, our goal and reason for that is that we realize that everything is going to be about streaming and doing stuff live. So June 11th, 12th, and 13th, I want you guys to look for a real high school football combine. We're going to invite only, in talks with a couple of major shoe companies to try to get that underwritten and get kids invited to a actual 3-day combine like the NFL. Stream college coaches where hopefully they can come out in the month of June, sit in those stands, evaluate guys in Bullhead City. So we would check in there on Friday. We would have that field Friday for linemen and D linemen all day, and then down the line quarterbacks will come in, and then they'll do their thing, and they'll get rankings from there. So um, really gonna do something good there. In May we may have some 7-on-7 there, but we really took advantage of uh, trying to secure that location, just because we thought it was a very good location and a place where we could actually do some stuff indoors where kids would get an opportunity to do it in front of enough coaches. And um, as we wait for whatever the NCAA is going to do with that as well. So again, um, Bullhead City will have 5 games. Um, we will keep stats on every kid. We have the website, mp-elite10.com, and we're going to add another page there when we start for stats and who's leading the league, and who's leading the showcase in passing and receiving yards, rushing yards by the games. And we're just going to kind of go there and give everyone, give the kids the opportunity to have that. Now, I was starting to say I can't speak for the districts and that part as well. I am hearing, I want to say this, I am hearing that if the vaccine comes out in late December, because I'm getting this question, well, what happens if we play? You will not play before we play 4 games. I guarantee it. We will not play before we play 4 games. It just will not happen. Um, with the new regulations that Governor Possum Newsom, whatever his name is, is putting out here with we have to be in the yellow and counties and that thing. So do not overthink it if you're thinking about your kid, because I'm telling you right now, having some film is better than having no film and then waiting to March when they're saying we're going to play 5 games. Um, your kid would end up have played 10 games and have more film going into that next year. So don't overthink that part. Um, but I am hearing that there's a possibility we may play 5 games, and they're talking about somewhere in February. With that being said, again, December 28th, 29th, January 8th, and 22nd, we're done. On February 15th, we would be done. So if a team would say, I'm hearing that there's no practice anymore right now, like you can't do anything um, because of the surge and all that, there will be no practice with your high school team tomorrow or sometime this week. They're gonna cut. They're gonna cut that off. So I would just keep my ear open and make sure that we are doing the stuff that we need to be, the stuff that we need to be doing as far as staying in shape, staying ready, and then once we get this equipment, we're gonna go helmets, shoulder pads, full gear. Um, but again, kids are going to be, um, all this stuff will be disinfected, all the kids will be clean, all the stuff will be taken care of, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Um, but that's kind of where we are recruiting wise. I usually don't get on a Sunday and talk about this, but had to because it just changes by the day, and having the conversations that I just had with Fresno State, just kind of getting a feel for recruiting and what's going on. Um, it's going to be pretty tough. Bethel College coming to Bakersfield on December 8th, I believe. Yeah, December 8th. Um, they will be here doing a showcase, so everybody's welcome. Welcome. It's $55 to come out. It's a showcase. The head coaches, they always bring their entire staff. Kids have left here with offers. We have 9 players playing at Bethel right now. They just did a beautiful article on the 6 kids from Bakersfield High School that from Bakersfield. Um, I think there's a kid from Shafter, kids from this area playing at Bethel. Um, Very interesting thing with Bethel is that Bethel is playing um, their season right now, and then they will play 3 more games in the spring. And so, if a kid leaves and goes to an NAIA school early in January, they are eligible to play right away. So, talking to the coach the other day, I thought that was really cool. If you didn't play high school football this year and you decided to leave in January, or just at the end of December, January, you could actually go in and play in the spring in the NAIA season. So, um, he just told me that on the other day, which is awesome. So if a kid has been training, been working out, and decides to go to an NAIA school, um, and will get to play in that second part of their season. Bethel right now is 7-0, 8-0. Then they get to play 3 more games, then go to the playoffs. So you can typically be a high school kid coming in and maybe get some time and finish off with that team, and that doesn't count as your freshman football year. You were still a mid year, and so you got to play in 3 or 4 games, depending on how far you go in the playoffs. So I think that's really cool. Um, uh, as I said, I think it was Ernesto just said on here. Parents better realize that FCS and D2s are recruiting like Power Fives. D1s better look hard at these small. Yeah, um, better look hard at these smaller schools. Um, as they come, Dixie State, Southern Utah, another very good program, 1AA program here, D2s that are around, because it's going to get uh, this whole recruiting thing is going to get really, really funky when they pass that rule. And when they pass that rule, um, I've heard a college coach flat out say, if you know the numbers are 25 a year. He's saying I might start going 18-7, which means 18 high school guys, 7 guys out of the portal. And you and I, as we just looked, you can go find 7 dudes in the portal. Believe me, they there. They're there. Uh, so um, as I say all the time, don't shun anybody, don't shun any program, but get an understanding. I'm just having a conversation with one of the clients earlier today. A Division 3 school in California right now is looking at Laverne, looking at Kowloon. They can give you at max, if you're a 4.0 guy, if you great grades on it, at max, they can give you something like 50%. And schools like that cost $62,000. They're going to give you $31,000, and the other part you have to. That's your gap. Now you get $6,000 in Pell Grant. That takes that what to 24. You got 24,000. That's not 1 year. That's $24,000 left over a year for the next 4 years, which now turns into six. What is that? $96,000 over 4 years. You have to understand the number. The number is what is uh, that of that gap that's left over is what you're going to pay. So we have this misnomer. Oh, it's full ride, full ride, full ride. We hear full ride. Only ones giving full rides are Division 1A schools. 1AA schools still give percentages. Most of your athletes at Cal Poly as freshmen, they get 80%, and then they go up from there. If they become starters, they'll never go under 80. Okay, my son goes there, 80%. The red shirt played in all 4 games. By the end of the season, he was 100%. That's just the reality of what it is. You go to Eastern Washington. When I was talking to Eastern Washington with my son, they're going to offer all the in-state Washington kids first. Then they're going to go to California. When they come to California, they're not giving 100%. They're giving 80%, 90%, 75%. They're trying to make up because that's how they made up with that money. So if you don't really understand that, again, that's where service comes in, and not somebody that got the hookup. Somebody will sit down and tell you, I've been through it with my kids. I've been through it with a number of the coaches. Understand how the 1A FCS system works. Same with D2. Same with D3. You're a Division 3 guy, you're going to get about 50% in California. Now, if you're a Division 3 guy that wants to go to school in the Midwest, where they're going to be $20,000 cheaper and no out of state tuition, $20,000 cheaper than a California school, then you need to be looking in the Midwest, in the Minnesotas, Saint Scholastica University, Northwestern University, Division 3 schools where they have no test optional, where your SAT is not a part of it, but they take your GPA. Had a quarterback go to a school, 3.3. I think he had a 1,300 SAT. Great score. Starts off on a $32,000 school with 19,000 in just academic. Okay, just academic. Then he gets the faculty scholarship, and he gets this. And at 32, he ends up getting like $28,000 for school. But if you don't know those things, you don't know that maybe I need to be looking in a certain region because they're going to be 20, they're going to be 20, $30,000 cheaper than me staying even in California if I'm going to go Division 3. If I'm going to go to the Pacific Northwest, I'm going to be very comparable, but I better have a 4.3, 4.4, all AP classes where I'm going to get a ton of money that's going to kind of offset whatever I may have saved as as parents have saved or what have you. Those are going to be your schools in the Pacific Northwest. Or you go NAIA and go, you know what? I'm going to get a little bit more money academically, and I'm going to get some football money. Hunter Riley, one of my kids, is Montana State Northern. Dad, military guy. So much of the school was paid for. Now football comes in with 12,000. Then he comes in with this military. Then he comes in with his academics 4.0. He's not paying for school. Had he went to a D3, it probably would have been a gap of $10,000, $12,000 left over, even though he had whatever he had. So those are packages that you got to sit down and be able to understand where's my kid at. Everybody's kid's not going to SC. Everybody's not going to UCLA. So I need to sit down and talk about how do we devise a plan that fits my kid on where he is, where she is right now, so we can get them to the next level. And we pay the least amount of money for school. So even in NAIA, where I was just talking to another parent, loves Arizona Christian. It's closer. I get it. But they're going to travel outside. It's hot, might be a great place for that student athlete. But the Kansas schools, ton of NAIA schools in their area. Do you want to be in a rural area? Do you need to be in a city? You need to be at a school with 6,000 or 600. Your numbers got to be. This is where you got to evaluate who your kid is. Is your kid ready to leave? They're not ready to leave. You got a double holdback. He's 20. He need to go anyway. So at the end of the day, it all comes back to we're fitting and designing a program that fits your kid, where that kid is, and what's going on. Mapping out where your parents, where you have family members. How many schools are here? I hear a lot of people are talking about historical Black colleges. They don't have money for a West Coast kid. They don't have the finances for West Coast kids. It costs them almost 2.5, 3 scholarships to bring in a kid from California to the South. So they lose. They got 25 scholarships. They lose, three kids trying to get one dude. So doesn't make sense for them, right? Are there ways you can do it? If you know you want to go to Black college right now, you need to go get you a PO box or apartment, or you need to get a bill in your name down there. We're good at that one. Get a bill in your name in Atlanta or Georgia, somewhere in the South. So now and pay some taxes in the South, so you can then now go to school down there as a resident. And now school goes from 20,000 to $8,000 a year, and you get Pell Grant, you get $6,000. Now you're good to go. So there's a number of different ways to do it. You just got to know what you need to do, and you need to be doing it as early as possible, right? As early and as often as possible, so you can get that information out. You can have the right information to send your kids to the right school. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I don't see a lot of questions, a lot of stuff going on. Everybody watching football. Hope it was informational for my guys that are going to be here, that are going to be trying out here. Tryouts are coming, and we are really excited about you guys coming on out to Central Valley Elite and getting ready for the MP Elite League. So talk to you guys soon. Ernesto, holla at your boy.